This is Witch-based news for Friday the 13th of December 2024. I'm Commander Buur. In Elite Dangerous news this week, Commander ToCoSo puts out a call for your Thargoid footage, the Cobra MK5 update arrives in the game, destruction of the last Thargoid Titan offers some seriously significant module rewards, and more. If you enjoy our videos, consider subscribing to the channel and remember to ping the little bell to make sure you see all our content and community posts. And if you'd like to help support our channel, links to our Patreon and everything else are in the description below. Elite Dangerous musical maestro and long serving community figurehead Commander ToCoSo, who is probably best known for his signature Elite Dangerous ballad Let's Jump Together, has created a song to celebrate the end of the 2-year long Thargoid War. As part of a video to go with the song, ToCoSo has put out a public call for submissions of Thargoid based footage from the community. With that in mind then, to be in with a chance of getting your clip featured in ToCoSo's latest masterpiece, you'll find a Google Drive link in the description below that you can use to upload your clips of between 4 to 9 seconds in length. As the week began, Frontier announced that the deployment of the Cobra MK5 update was being delayed by a couple of days, moving from Tuesday the 10th of December to Thursday the 12th of December. The reasons given for the delay were quite non-specific, but whilst a small disappointment was felt by some, for many the delay did mean that those interested commanders would be able to focus entirely on the Thargoid invasion of the systems around Sol without simultaneously wresting the excitement of a new ship into the game. It also meant there was no unnecessary downtime on Tuesday, allowing anti-invasion operations to continue uninterrupted in the run up to the Tharg's Day tick. More on all that stuff, as you can imagine, in a moment. Along with the arrival of the 4th new starship to enter the game this year, the Cobra MK5 update also brought with it the welcome addition of 400 storage slots for ship modules, bringing the total available space for module storage to a very healthy 600. The update also brought with it some small bug fixes, including fixes to some, but not all, material trades for the carrier bartenders, and I've linked to the full patch notes below if you want to take a look for yourself. The arrival of a new ship to the game also brings with it a new video trailer for that ship, and the deployment of the Cobra MK5 did not disappoint in that regard. This has been a year of cool ship trailers from Elite's Cambridge developers, and it's been really nice to see these make a solid return. A matte midnight black paint job for the Cobra MK5 also arrived in the store with the new ship, just in case you really want to double down on its stealth fighter vibes. In case you missed it, as we reported last week, the last of the 8 Thargoid Titans that invaded the bubble 2 years ago, Cocky Joe, smashed into the Sol system last week, immediately taking control of 4 systems around the birthplace of humanity and laying siege to 12 more. In the intervening weeks since then, there has been a concentrated collective community effort from rescue pilots, haulers and AX capable commanders to drive the Thargoids out of those 16 systems, wrestle back control in favour of humanity and starve the intergalactic interloper of vital support. If successful, that effort would mean the Titan's status would be forced into completely vulnerable before the Thursday server tick this week, and it could then be subjected to an all-out frontal attack. As the week progressed, system after system was successfully liberated from the vile clutches of the caustic murderous worryweeds, until on Wednesday morning the liberation of the final Thargoid system before Sol Alpha Centauri started. What many have been calling the battle for Hutton Orbital had begun. With human forces now so concentrated, focused and determined, just a few short hours later it was already over. Alpha Centauri, a little over 4 light years from Sol, was cleared of Thargoid presence. There was now nothing standing between them and the Thargoid Titan Coffee Tea Joe. For the whole of this over 2-year war that has raged across hundreds of star systems, decimating thousands of settlements and starports, kidnapping or killing millions of little pixel people, it now comes down to one Titan in one star system, and after some extended downtime the final battle for Earth itself no less began when the servers returned on Thursday afternoon. Since that time the Titan mega vessel Cocky Toffee has been battered by wave after wave of commanders in ships equipped with Guardian nanite laced torpedoes. The more astute commanders listening today will note that I've given up trying to pronounce the name of Kuchiku or whatever it's called. I really wish Thor had been the last Titan. Better still, this one was just called Jeff or Dave or something. You know where you are with a Dave. Anyway as at this recording we're around 67% of the way through the second of 8 hearts. After the initial waves of attack, Frontier tweeted that the Titan would be employing quote auxiliary forces unquote in its defence. We think it's likely that however they're achieving it, FDev might be slowing down the destruction of the Titan somewhat to give as many folks as possible the opportunity to participate, and also perhaps time the destruction of the beast in with the approaching anniversary of Elite Dangerous for the maximum metaphorical bang for their buck. One important reason worth noting for affording the Titan attack opportunity to as many commanders as possible is due to the pseudo community goal that is running alongside this finale event. There is a CG being hosted by the nearby rescue megaship the Hutner, but importantly you don't need to sign up to it in order to participate. Frontier noting on Thursday that Aegis will be recording commander contributions remotely, and upon the destruction of the Titan participants will be awarded no less than 6 SCOFSDs, one of each class from 2 through to 7, pre-engineered with increased range and fast boot sequence. If you go to the Hutner then be aware of the last line of the community goal that states your contributions that show there are in relation to direct damage dealt to the Titan itself and are not presented as a straightforward 1-to-1 ratio of any combat bonds that you might hand in. As this isn't running the same way as a traditional community goal normally would, this has caused a degree of confusion in some quarters. In that vein it's worth me reiterating that you do not in fact need to visit the Hutner megaship at all. Your contributions are being automatically tracked and added. Go smack the Titan and let Aegis take care of the admin. Whilst obviously a heavily engineered AX vessel is the recommended method, you don't necessarily need a heavily engineered ship in order to register a contribution. The AX weapons being sold for credits on the Hutner rescue vessel are really quite excellent. You can also pick up caustic sinks and the Thargoid pulse neutralizer that you'll need to get to the Titan there as well. The unengineered route won't by any stretch be easy. This is endgame content after all, but it is nonetheless possible. For multi-crew participation, your passenger will need to be in control of the weapons of the ship and deal damage to the Thargoid pineapple directly to automatically generate contributing combat bonds toward the community goal. The same cannot be said of being a passive passenger where the control of the ship's weapons are maintained by the pilot. In those instances combat rewards are generated for multi-crew, but they do not appear to count toward community goal contributions. In summary, if you're out in Colonia or exploring in the deep black but have a friend or squadron mate that can telepresence you into Titan space and into the gunner role, that could be an option worth exploring if you wish to partake in this CG. We've said this before on this broadcast, the Titan diving experience is one of the most spectacular things FDev have ever done in Elite Dangerous, and we don't know after this one is gone when or indeed if we'll ever see anything like this again, so do grab the chance in some fashion if you're able. All that aside, there are also ARX rewards for participation in the attack, as well as a ship kit, paint job and that final Titan destruction decal. Once the Titan Cockatoo loses its heart, it will go into a state of meltdown, after which there will be a massive explosion in Sol, in very close orbit of the Earth in fact. Video games obviously don't work the same way as real life, so it's always possible that such an explosion in Earth's near orbit will have no serious detrimental effects whatsoever. It's also not entirely outside the realms of possibility that an explosion akin to a small sun going nova, followed by the raining down of millions of tons of caustic alien biological material, will have an extremely detrimental effect on the delicate ecosystem of the planet below. Such a catastrophic, disastrous event would be a hell of a motivation for something like a sudden and unexpected colonisation drive, I'd imagine. It would also neatly sidestep the problem of why we can't land on Earth itself should Earth-like planetary landings ever become a thing in Elite Dangerous. A favourably high bird to stone efficiency ratio being a much sought after commodity in game development. As I've already mentioned, it's the 10th anniversary of Elite Dangerous, on Monday the 16th of December in fact. It's also Frontier's last week at work before the Christmas break. We're very much looking forward to see what, if anything, they have planned for what is a very significant milestone in the life of the game. Have you bagged yourself a Cobra MK5? Are you planning on going Titan diving one last time? And what do you think will happen to the Earth when the Titan explodes next week? Let us know in the comments below. That's it for now. Thanks very much for watching. We'll be back later this week with more videos. Until then, 07 Commanders, follow the greens on the way out and do keep clear of the toast rack. We very much look forward to seeing you next time.